Okay, I'm going to walk you through the squat. I have a resistance band around my knee. That's just for now going to be used to cue that knees out motion as we are squatting down. I'm going to show you a forward view and I'm going to show you a side view so that way you have a reference point of what you're looking for when we're performing a squat. As with all of our exercises, you really want to think about making sure that the core is engaged, especially as we're going down into the squat motion so that you're not getting excessive movement of the pelvis on the spine and the low back. So position your feet in that comfortable position. With toes slightly out. Where you're pointing your toes as far as pointing them out is to your comfort level. I highly recommend that when we're doing kind of a 90-degree or even lower squat that you're not pointing your toes directly forward. Otherwise, you can get a little bit of a pinch into your hip. And so what I'm going to have you do is keep that core engaged. You want to make sure that your body weight is pretty evenly spread throughout the entirety of your foot. You're not riding on the outside edges, you're not riding on the inside edges, and you don't have too much weight on your heel, and you don't have too much weight on the front of your feet. Try to make it as best as possible even so that we have that kind of tripod effect with your feet as you're going through the squat. So what you want to make sure is I don't want you to be afraid of allowing the knee to pass over the toes as you're squatting down. And most important is that you don't want your body to be too vertical during the squat. Allow yourself to send the butt back so that your body has a slight forward lean during the squat. So core engage, and you're just going to bring the knees out, let them pass over the toe. And then as you're coming up, you're going to make sure you're going to push the floor away, squeeze the glutes to stand up, making sure that when you get to that standing position, your knees are straight, so your quads are engaged, and that you're not overextending your back. I'm going to show you a side view so that you can kind of see a little bit of the alignment. And then I'll also show you an example of when I see someone overextending themselves coming out of the squat. So again, I'm going to get into a good position. My toes are out, core is engaged. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I'm going to send my butt back, allow my knees to pass over my toes. And then when I come up, I'm going to make sure I'm pushing the floor away, quads are engaged, weight equally distributed throughout my feet, and that I have a good squeeze of my glutes on the rise, and I stop once I achieve that vertical position. What you don't want is that you do your squat and you come up, and then here is me overextending myself as I'm coming out of the squat. That is us going beyond neutral. So if you have the opportunity to do it in front of the mirror, great. If not, you want to either record yourself or have someone else, like your therapist, look at you doing that. The band itself is not a necessary component for this particular exercise. If you are watching this video, then you're probably first learning how to squat with proper form, and I've given you this band to just give you the cue to just allow the knees to flare out a little bit during your squat so that you're not just kind of going straight down to vertical or letting your knees collapse down. So that's going to be our standard squat form.